I'll just turn the recording on, and then this will be recorded just so everyone knows for content. We're going to make a lot of posters and sessions and recordings. So yeah. So again, we will have some giveaway. So if you want to get ahead of the game, we're going to have a POAP, POAP, proof of attendance, and it's been an NFT. And I know a lot of you have been asking about this. It was mentioned in the articles. So I can share with you some of the tips on how to get that. If you want to get a head start, you can take a screenshot or screen grab of this AMA to prove that you're here, and then head on over to Twitter. And in Twitter, we would like you to share that screenshot with a caption. Kim, also our community manager, maybe you can share the instructions in the chat. And then when you can share that text, of course, you can add a little bit of your own personal vibe to that text in your tweets with the screenshot and some of the text there. After you get that, you can copy that tweet, join our Discord. We're trying to get our Discord more active. Again, we're going to do a lot more marketing and a lot more activities. We think Discord is also a great way. I know a lot of you like Telegram, but we also like Discord to engage with the community and do some more closer ways to collaborate with people. So head on over to our Discord. It will be linked in the directions today. And from there, you can follow the instructions to submit your tweet URL, your wallet address to claim your POAP, hope. So we're really, that's just one way of many that we're going to have some fun today. So Anastasiia, Kim, I see Vanya here. Do we have our guests ready?
Yep. I had some complaints about my microphone. Is it better now? Can you please let me know if you can hear me clear?
I hear you loud and clear. I hope people can hear me. Yeah,
Yep,
I heard
I
you
can hear
clearly.
you. Okay.
Am I still
Okay.
not
Great.
clear?
Great. Thank you. No.
How about my
I think
side?
we're good.
Am I okay? Okay, great. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Again, we are trying to engage with our community. We want to hear from you. We're doing this with a lot of requests from the community to do more activities and more marketing. So please, everyone, keep giving us feedback. If our volume is not clear, if something's not clear, don't be shy. Let us know, and we're listening and monitoring the chats. Okay, so we are rolling. Anastasia's our CMO here, our fearless Chief Marketing Officer at Yellow. And do you want to give a little intro of yourself, Anastasiia?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm glad to welcome you all here. I'm joining this AMA from Berlin today, which I just got here yesterday. So the weather is fine. Everything's good. Very excited to answer all of your questions and address everything all at once. I know you guys have many things to ask me about marketing, so it's all going to be covered today.
Yeah, I know. We get a lot of excitement in this Telegram group and these various channels online. So today we got a lot to cover. So with us, as you know, Anastasia's right here in Berlin. I'm jealous. I'm here in the south of China. We also have Stas, our token sales, and he's been with the company many years. So it's great to have Stas here. We also have Vanya, our BA or our business analyst, and I believe Camille is here or heading in here shortly, our CTO of. All right, there we are. Okay, so we are back and we are rolling. So Anastasiia did her intro and she's in Berlin, our CMO at Yellow. We also have a little bit of short intro before we get started. Stas, also in Berlin, right? You want to just give a little quick intro about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Mike. Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, great.
Yep,
Yeah,
good.
that's right. I'm also based here in Berlin for the last few months. And I've been with Yellow and with OpenWare teams, you were right, for quite some time now. It's been more than 3 years. So I've been managing the sales at OpenWare before, and now I'm in charge of the token sale at Yellow. I will give a bit more of intro of that and why we are talking about both OpenWare and Yellow. Those companies have merged now, and we will speak about this soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That one of our questions on the long list of amazing items. Thank you, Stas. All right, up next in our intro for today, we have Vanya, our business analyst. How are you doing, Vanya? You want to give a quick intro?
Yeah, hi Mike, once again. Hi guys. It's absolute pleasure not to type anything like in chat, but at last to speak to you. Absolutely amazing that it's really happening. So speaking about me, I am working as a business analyst in the Yellow for, let's say, close to 2 years. And since the very start, like all this journey was like extremely amazing, challenging, and like completely uncomparable with anything else. So absolutely glad that we are here past these years and extremely motivated towards what we're going to do for the following years, for the following time. So absolutely glad to see you guys.
Yeah, it's really exciting times. We've also been prepping for today's AMA, and you're getting me even more excited with some of your insights. So I'm excited for today's discussion. And last but certainly not least, Camille, our CTO at Yellow. How are you doing, Camille?
Hello, thank you, Mike. Hello, everyone. So myself, I'm the CTO and co-founder of Yellow and Openware. And I've been working in blockchain and fintech industry since, for more than 10 years now. So I'm really happy to be there today to talk with the community and present our product.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you. Thanks for your time. All right, so we have a list of questions from our prepared, and we also have a list after that of questions from Twitter and Telegram that we've been collecting over the last few days. Of course, we also welcome anyone here live to submit your questions in the text. We'll try our best to get through all of them. So our first on the list is, what is Yellow Group? You know, there's a lot to Yellow. I'm still getting my head around all the products and services. Anastasiia, would you like to give us a little overview here?
Yeah, sure. So Yellow is basically the umbrella brand for a number of companies and activities that we're doing in the crypto space. So of course we are having Yellow.com, which is an exchange that you all, I hope, familiar with. If not, we will send all of the links so you can see. We are also having a major update to the website and the product coming, so stay tuned for this. We also have the Yellow Capital, which is a VC fund. We are helping promising projects, startups, to get out there, to help with everything, and even the incubation for those kinds of projects. So we also have Yellow Incubator. Another part is, of course, our core project, Yellow Network, which you all guys are here, powered by the software OpenDAX, which comes from Openwire, which is also a part of our company's group. And we have Yellow and Openwire have merged together. The merge was finalized in December, finalized and announced in December of 2021. And now we are all one company. We're also having many other different things in the group. We're having a crypto marketing agency. We're having a market making agency. Basically, I think we're doing everything from A to Z, which has anything to do with crypto space. And we have been here for a while now.
It's amazing. I know some people, I think, are dialing in from Chiang Mai, the co-working. I think at least a few I've seen here. I even recognize the screen names, so it's amazing.
Yeah,
I think we'll talk about that a little bit later, but go ahead.
Yeah, the co-working is also a big part of Yellow, because we're having a very great culture here. I know that Pati, our amazing, I'd say, Chiang Mai ambassador and Yellow ambassador here. So we will maybe give you more information on that. And I believe many of you have visited our Chiang Mai co-working. You know how great it is.
Yeah, it's really a beautiful place. I think some photos been shared in the group. Maybe somebody could share those now, but of course we'll share those as we go. Next question. Thank you, Anastasia, for that. Great answer. Next question we have, which is a common one. I know we went right on to question number 2. Uh, when is yellow token launch? I think that's best for our token sales Stas to answer.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I think this is the most popular question we've had over the chat over the last few weeks, maybe. So usually the question sounds like when launch, and we decided to split this question into two because there are two separate things that we are launching. The first one is Yellow Token. The second one is the Yellow Network as a product, which will be the second question here, let's say, and I'll cover the part for the token. So first of all, I'd like to explain that there is no problem for us to launch the token itself and to develop a smart contract, which is already kind of done. But today, what we are mostly doing, we are finalizing those small things before the launch. We are having our conversation with the major market players, obviously, in order to get a smooth launch. So today we are also watching the market conditions. I'm sure all of you here are following the market. You've seen what's been going on yesterday and what's going on right now. So obviously we are taking that into consideration for our launch. We're also quite dependent on some other parties, like, as I mentioned, some major industry players. So if I answer this question right now on when we are going to launch the token, I would say that realistically today, we are talking not about the end of May, but more about July or August this summer.
Okay, great. Thanks for that update, Stas. I'm sure people are excited to hear that. And then, like you said, the second part of the question will turn over to our more technical side. When is Yellow Network as a product, or is the IT side? What is it maybe, and what are we looking at for that? I don't know. Camille, our CTO, do you want to give us some updates on the product?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's always complicated to ask the IT when is it going to be released exactly, because we never know, and we wait for really a stable product to really go live in production. But what I can say for sure is that we are making good progress on the software, and we are releasing an alpha version as we speak. So we hope we plan to have a version, a beta version, to be launched in production for June or July.
All right, that's great too. So in line with the token, it seems. So that's perfect. The next question going back to the token, how can someone get these tokens? Stas, do you want to give people some insights? I know there's been discussions in the group for a while.
Yeah, sure. So first of all, especially when it comes to the public sale and the availability of token on the market, as we said, we are planning this token sale, the public token sale, for the summer of this year. Right now, we still have one of our private rounds open. Our previous rounds have been filled up quite fast. Today, we have opened a round that's called Private D, that is available for pretty much anyone with the minimum ticket size of $5,000 US. The one thing that I would really love to mention here again, which we already announced in the chat, is that there are some groups that are running and that are crowdsourcing or crowdfunding for the private sale. Please always do your own research. We cannot vouch for them. And we really suggest to either go straight to us and fill in the form if you'd like to participate, or always do your own good research before giving your money to somebody you don't know.
Agreed. Especially we're doing this AMA on Telegram. Telegram, unfortunately, especially has a lot of spoof accounts and people trying to act like an admin. So of course, make sure you're talking to a real community manager or a real admin. If someone direct messages you, usually admins don't do it first. So of course, just please be careful. I think a lot of you experienced in Telegram should be aware of those tricks. But yeah, thanks for that, Stas. Next question. We're kind of hitting these popular ones right up front. When will Yellow be available on Binance? Anastasia, do you want to give people some insights there?
Yeah, so it's kind of a provocative question here, which we deliberately put because we've seen it being asked numerous times. I'd say that the negotiation process with big guys like Binance plus the negotiation process on our side usually takes a lot in terms of the legal things getting finalized and approved. So I'd say we're back and forth with everything. And I just say stay tuned for further updates. It's still an ongoing process.
Yeah, exactly. Like we mentioned, crypto is a very multi-dimensional, complex thing, but thanks for that addressing that, Anastasia. I know people.
And also, I'd like to add to the previous question that we're having all of our admins listed in the pinned messages. So if you have received any scam messages, if you have received anything which is not like claiming that it is from Yellow, or you have seen scam anywhere, please report it to us immediately so we can take care of this. And thank you.
Yes, great, agreed. All right, Anastasia was mentioning earlier in the intro about the Yellow group in general with openware, but I think maybe we can dig in a little bit more about the openware merger. Stas, I know you've been with the company for a while, so I'd love to hear some insights of that.
Yes, sure. So that's quite an interesting and a long story of how we came to this. So as I mentioned before, myself, I used to be an employee of a company called Openware before, as many of us here as well. And Openware was the company which was developing the software for crypto exchanges and was powering hundreds of exchanges that are out there on the market with the enterprise grade software. We were doing this since 2017. And there was another company called Yellow, which was in the market since 2014, if I'm not mistaken, who was doing mostly the market making services. As you might know, our executive chairman, who I believe is here, Alexis, he is previously the co-founder of the company called GSR, which is today the biggest market maker in the world. He sold his share to start Yellow, actually, and they've been doing all of these market making services.
Awesome. Yeah, really, really exciting. Really exciting.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got muted.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, you stopped. So if there's more,
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know why I got muted. So yeah, so there were these two companies where one, Openware, was doing the software services, developing the high-level grade software, and the other one was doing market making. And I think we started merging in 2019, likely, to combine our experience from both ends and where we knew all the problems of the industry from both ends, while we finally merged in 2021 to deliver the software that would solve the issues of both the technical part and the market making part.
All right. Thank you for that, Stas. We're getting lots of great questions in the chat. We're trying our best to keep this list and try our best to go through everything. Next on the list is OpenDAX, the software part from Openware, and I'd love to bring in Camille back, our CTO, to share some insights about the software, OpenDAX.
Yeah. Well, actually, Stas explained pretty well Openware business and talked a bit about OpenDAX. So OpenDAX is the software of trading exchange edited by Openware for many years now. And now we are preparing the fourth version, so the version 4, that will be connected natively to Yellow network. So it means all customers from previous version upgrading to V4 will be able to connect to the Yellow network, push their liquidity, pull liquidity from the network. So that will bring a lot of activity to Yellow network.
Okay, thank you for that, Camille. Great. Yeah, the technology is important. I mean, that's one thing that I've noticed about Yellow is there's a a long history with openware with the working product and customers, which is definitely saying something in this industry. So it's great. Okay, let's talk. Let's get a little bit less tech, a little bit more fun. Anastasia mentioned a little bit of this in her intro, but some of the other fun parts of Yellow, co-working incubator, and some other projects. If you want to give us some other little fun tidbits here.
Yeah, so as you can see now, Stacy, one from our marketing team, has been sending some amazing photos of our co-working. Mike, can you please mute yourself? I think I can hear an echo.
Okay, excuse me.
Thank you. So yeah, we are very excited about forming a bigger and better and I guess greener crypto culture with Yellow. And this is something that we have been doing for the past 6 years, maybe even more. And right now we are off with more activities to come. We welcome new startups into our co-working. We welcome them into our community. We also support them financially. We support them with our advisory. We support them with our marketing. It's something that we want to be able to do to contribute to the crypto community in the most broad sense of this word. So if you have a great idea, if you have a great project on board, you can reach out to our team and pretty much pitch it. And there is a good chance that we might be the ones supporting you here.
Yeah, there's just so much here at Yellow. I mean, I think there's multiple groups in Telegram that people can join, and I've seen a lot of support just in general in the crypto ecosystem for new and experienced people. So it's great. All right, so that covers the initial list, and now we're going to start to go into some of the top Twitter questions we've been collecting, as we mentioned. So I'm going to try to shout out, and hopefully I don't misspell or misspeak someone's name. Alex Wall on Twitter says, "Are there already brokers who have entered into a partnership with you?" And I think Stas is maybe best for that. Do you want to give us some insight?
Yes, of course, of course. So as I mentioned before, we've been into this business of building the brokerages and exchanges for a while. So there is some noise, I believe.
Yeah. Is that on your side, on somebody else? Let me try to find.
I believe someone's mic.
Yeah, Tim, can you help us if you hear? There might be somebody not muted.
Yeah, guys, please mute yourself if you can. Would appreciate it greatly. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks a lot. Yeah, so we've been doing this crypto exchange business for a while now and have built around 100 of exchanges before. Just to give you an example, during the last year, 2021, with the active sales, we have built around 13 new brokers, and many of them today are obviously going to join Yellow Network and install the new version of the software which supports the Yellow Network. So those will be the initial brokers who will join the network. Also, we are getting quite a few new ones today. Just some statistics: we receive around 40 applications to join to build from people who want to build their brokerage during 1 week. So it's quite a big amount of brokers who are going to be joining it very soon.
All right. Thank you for those insights. We're getting some positive feedback also in the chat. Thank you everybody for joining here. And let's move on to the next Twitter question from Yellow Spoon Capital. It says, considering that Yellow Network's architecture designed to be a B2B platform, is everyone able to join and trade? I think that's best for Vanya.
Yeah, okay, so let's start with that. We can, let's say, separate two different roles here. So speaking about users, absolutely yes. They're not restricted in case there are no any some kind of juridical points related to countries or something like that. In case everything is okay with it, any user can be, let's say, a participant of the Yellow network regarding the broker he's using. And in case you want to participate as a part who sets up his own node, you can absolutely do it the same way. Of course, you will need to, let's say, get a bigger piece of knowledge and get a, let's say, bigger piece of assets and time, which you have to, let's say, collude to this party. But what we can say is that we have plenty of really exciting Medium articles which are already related to how can you set up your open docs exchange on the Yellow network. And so far you can do it absolutely for free. So you can say that it's sort of a trial version where you can get this absolutely free and uncomparable experience of handling your own node, of handling your own list of markets, setting up the different attributes for them from the backend and the front end point of view. And let's say as an organic result of it, as soon as Yellow network will be launched live, and as soon as you, let's say, match all the requirements which is needed, especially for collateral, for Yellow tokens lock, and this kind of things. So basically, there is no any stop sign for you to be a participant of this network. And at the same time, we have to highlight that each broker who handles his own node, he basically acts independently one from another. So at the same time, they're not separated by force, but at the same time, they have this possibility to get this, let's say, network connection by communicating to each other. So basically, they can evolve independently or dependently with each other, and we don't actually limit this feature also.
Yeah, I mean, this is another great thing about Yellow, right? Is it's open for people, yeah, to set up nodes. We really want to encourage people in doing nodes now in other communities to participate, and I'm sure our technical team could support that, especially at the early stages. I think this is a second question for you, Vanya, or if others want to jump in, is about the launchpad. It's from Burak Gem on Twitter. Is Yellow gonna have its own launchpad involved in app? Smiley face.
Yeah, shout out to this, to our buddy. He's actually really active in chat locally, and so it's not the first time, let's say, I can hear something from him. Speaking about launchpads, let's say it's not that easy. If you can like give me a little bit more time, I will give you, let's say, a broader answer to it. That Yellow actually is a unique experience if we're speaking about the already existing experience. So we have, let's say, these two huge clusters, two whales. One are backed by Alexis and his experience in all this kind of crypto industries, in all kind of different project setups and market making activities and etc. And the other whale is our Louis and Camille, which I mean, whose background is almost incomparable, speaking about business development, banking system, telecommunications, etc. So as a result of which, we're trying to cherry pick everything, let's say, great, which we can do from our existing experience and to predict what kind of, not frauds, but, frauds, scams, different kind of bottlenecks which are really existing in crypto right now. So we try to predict how which of them may appear and try to block them on a very early stage. So returning to the launch pods, it's really tricky nowadays because we don't really want to transform our yellow token to this speculative just source of pump and dumping of the new tokens, right? So let's say the main feature of the launch pods, which are basically the bringing, for example, new markets to a community. They can be done easily on your own exchange when you set up your yellow node. You basically add your currency, then you set up the appropriate market to it, and basically you're free to go. So speaking about exactly launch pods in our current meeting, how like Binance do it, how Hobby do it, we're not actually aiming to this as our really high, let's say, priority, because let's say it's not really healthy to the crypto market lately, and at the same time we don't want to get this unhealthy habit to our yellow network. On the other hand, let's say we're keen on improving things, so we absolutely cannot say that we won't have any launch pods or anything like this or anything like which can be compared to it, but as soon as something is ready, as soon as we are, let's say, ready to announce it, you can be sure that it will be the most improved version of the current launch pods which we have in a crypto basically right now. So one of the final points, we really don't want to find the biggest utility of the yellow token in the usage of launch pods. There are like plenty more, let's say, better stuff and more healthy stuff for the yellow environment to do with yellow tokens than just to use it for some kind of potential launch pods.
Yeah, I like it. Thank you, Vanya. Yeah, again, like we're at Yellow. We're building for the long term, and like I like how you said we don't want to talk about pump and dump. So we want to promote positive projects for the long term. So that's great. Okay, next question. Again, this is gonna be a hard one for me. Exendar, EXENEDAR, on Twitter says, "How do you plan to get new brokers on board, and how do you want to increase the pressure to those who are not yet a partner?" Stas, do you want to give us some insights?
Yeah, of course. Great question. Zenedar, probably. That's how you spell it, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so definitely that's going to be our challenge, which we are going to face to get our 1,000 brokers by 2025, which is our strategy. So in our strategy, first of all, we already have these existing customers who are going to join as the first brokers. So as the next ones, we have the fintech entrepreneurs, so people who want to start their business in crypto. And usually those people, when they come for the software, they start Googling it. You can see that we are the first result. I mean, OpenWare is the first result in Google where they are landing to start their exchange. And one more pillar that we have in the strategy of getting the brokers is the financial institutions who are our partners that we've announced already, like Fireblocks, Credo, Kobo, and other partners in the industry who are interested in our network growth and who are interested in the new participants in the new brokers in the network, because they will be selling their software to these brokers. So yeah, one more theme in our strategy and how we're going to convince or to pressure to those who are not yet a partner. Well, I would say that we are building really a new thing here, and we are revolutionizing the way the trading is happening, and this new way of having the two assets traded between two exchanges, between two brokers. I really believe that people do not want to miss out and to get left on Web2, let's say, way of trading, and they will definitely want to join us for the Web3 trading. And of course, we are building a huge distribution partner network. We have our partner department working hard today to get those sales partners who get a good referral for the brokers that they bring.
Thank you, Vanya. Okay, Anastasia, maybe we can talk about some of the more funny, maybe some funny experiences that we've, some marketing campaigns, some things like that. Just sorry, putting you on the spot, just changing up from the technical and talk about some of our marketing. We just did some events. There's some events happening. I think just some speaking events happen and are coming. Do we want to talk about some of the events
Right,
we've been doing?
right. Yeah, let's spice it up a little bit. And then I guess let's answer my favorite question, why no marketing? Um, so first of all, yeah, we having a number of speaking slots booked, and so our team will be in Bangkok this weekend, I believe, and Camille will be giving a speech about the Web3, what we believe is the future, and how Yellow Network answers this kind of challenges. And also, we will be present at the Toronto Apes event, I believe it's how it's called. I never seems to pronounce it correctly. It is an annual crypto event which held all across the world. So if you are there, join us and get on board. Louis will be having a speaking slot, also on the topic of Web3 and what vision do we have in that regard, and how we're going to address all of the challenges. We will also going to be sharing some exciting videos from the event, and of course we will be sharing the videos from the speech. So if you are not able to join, you will be able to watch it from the comfort of your home. And find out more about us.
Awesome. Yeah, those sound like a lot of fun, and it's great. And of course,
Yeah,
it's
we
great.
are
We're
very
posting on
excited.
YouTube. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, in the YouTube channel, I saw somebody newly joined Telegram was asking about YouTube. Of course, there's a YouTube channel that has previous events. There's been previous speaking events, so lots of lots of content to check out about the project and the various events it's been involved with.
Yeah, I can see that some people are joining from a reference from Wendy O, which with who we have been, of course, communicated and talked with her. So she was very kind to get us a little boost, and she will be doing more in the future because she also likes our project, because she's not doing something that is not up to her expectations and the expectations of her audience.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah, yeah. Thank you everybody for sharing how you heard about this. I heard about Yellow. We have a poll. We have some questions. I see people engaging. It's a lot of fun to see the group so live. That's another benefit of being here live with us, connecting with some other people in the community. There's actually quite a little, there's still about 10 more questions on this list. I'm gonna go to one about tokens. So if there's another community that has their own token that wants liquidity or wants to be added to the network, DWeb ASAP says, how do you connect like a token, they say HNS to the network? Would they need liquidity? Is that something, Vanya, do you want to help us there? Give some insight?
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry if it will be something repetitive. Maybe I will duplicate some quotes here. But basically, the main idea is the next one. As soon as the brokers work independently one of each other, you can't basically make this forced listing of your specific token on everyone exchange, right? On everyone's brokerage. So at the same time, you can do it on your own on your own node. So basically, no one stops you of setting any asset you would like, list it, and make the initial listing procedure. At the same time, if you're really focused on achieving, let's say, high thresholds above this token via network, you have to force or do it other way. Like you have to find any way for other brokers, for other exchanges to also list it. And after you, let's say, after you set up this peer-to-peer connections via this network, you can basically trade this specific HNS or any other token via peer-to-peer via network orders, right? So what we can say here, You can do it actually both ways. The first way, you can just list it, have like really great marketing company or like any other like instance which can allow you to know about this token for everyone else in the crypto industry. And after that, those brokers who actually didn't even communicate with you, of course, they will be interested in listing it either. At the same time, if you're, for example, are not capable or like not keen on spending too much on global marketing, you can actually go directly to those brokers which you have these peer-to-peer connections, and basically start communicating with them, like as you do it on a simple market. So like in a nutshell, as a small example, of course, I can list this Vanya token, which will be listed on Vanya exchange, but only after I will go to Mike and will say, oh, Mike, you know, this Vanya token is like it's really big deal. Why don't you list it also? And after that, of course, it will appear in the global yellow network as well. So once again, no one ever stops you to do anything what you like.
That's really, that's I think that, that's true, decentralization in crypto. I think the way it should be, not these gatekeepers and listing procedures that are often seen now. Okay, another tough name for me to read in the Telegram group, Barquero, Barquer. He asked on the Telegram group, which we want to make sure we highlight. Apart from the integrations with the networks that appear in the roadmap, what are the next candidates in terms of interoperability? Are there options on non-EVM blockchains? Camille, do you want to try that one?
Yes, sure. Can you just repeat the question again?
Oh, sorry. We're trying to put it in a small group. If you've seen the small test AMA group, but it is a long question. Apart from the integrations with the networks that appear in the roadmap, what are the next candidates in terms of interoperability? Are there options for non-EVM blockchains?
Okay. Yes, sure. So actually, there is no really limitation of to connect to any blockchain. Very soon in the roadmap, we will integrate with Credo custody and probably Fireblocks, which are already supporting many blockchains. So as soon as we implement those custodians, we will already support quite a lot of blockchain, and then anyone can actually integrate some other blockchain cryptocurrencies into their own brokerage, their own node. So that's something which is a bit decoupled from the network itself. So really from a cryptocurrency perspective, we can support pretty easily some networks.
All right. Thank you for that insight, Camille. Appreciate it. Okay, next question is from Furkan Kanbakis. So thank you. He says, why should we leave another exchange and choose your, I'm assuming exchange, meaning like one of these nodes in the yellow network? Vanya, do you want to try that one?
Yeah, surely. But first of all, we're not trying to compete versus other exchanges. We're not trying to say that like they're doing some kind of malicious activities or like they're bullshitting with something. No, we're not trying to compete with them. Because in the end of the day, who knows, maybe your most beloved exchange will be just one of the many participants in the yellow network. What we're trying to do here is like to bring more convenience, speaking about that sharded liquidity which is happening in the market. And so basically it's good for everyone. It's good for the end user, and it's good for all the interoperability. It's good for the interoperability, let's say, parties which are working on the other side of the bank. So we're speaking about this kind of bridges. We're speaking about let's say oracles or different kinds of stuff, which basically are really not real, are not that exciting right now. They're expensive. There can be some kind of bottlenecks and leaks, which we've witnessed like lately during the past few months. So once again, we're not trying to build some kind of outstanding centralized exchange which will basically cover all those previous ones. We're trying to build something better than it, which actually solves the real issue, which is hanging out right now. So like maybe in some world, in some sense, it's like, the theory of pink glasses, but everyone is having like tons of different exchanges accounts right now. And usually we can't do anything about it, because in case you want to trade specific token and you can actually reach it only one of the small exchanges, you just go there, you just set up your account, and you're basically good to go there. But what we're trying to do, we're trying to reduce all those risks which are connected with creating all these accounts, which are risks which are basically applied to all the stuff that most of these exchanges are centralized. So basically they're working on those, let's say, hot wallets, and it's like one of the additional risks. And if you basically do this accumulation of risks of all of the exchanges which you're basically trying to use right now, not speaking about even this exhausting KYC procedures, it's like, it's not how it's used to be. We're just trying to reduce the amount of work to be done by the end user. For example, it's just a basic representative who just represents the person who goes to the any of nodes, and we just don't want to. We just don't want for them to have these tons of accounts and to risk at least like a small piece of chunk of their assets there. We're against it, and one of the most, let's say, recent and the highlighted things here is that we fight those risks with basically going away of hot wallets. So let's say where we just go away from those custodial solutions, and we operate with state channels. So basically, your assets are safe, not regardless of which broker are you using right now. So it's either they are on your MetaMask or they're in the state channel smart contract. So I'm not sure that there is any other centralized exchange which this user who asked this question is using right now. I'm not sure that it's using state channels and he's absolutely safe about his assets. Yeah, once again, sorry for this broad answer, but I think like sometimes it can be real convenient and useful for people to think about this kind of stuff once again. Don't forget that in case you watch some kind of UI and it's written that you have 3 Ethereum, it doesn't mean every time that you really own the 3 Ethereum. And what we're trying to do is guarantee that you own your assets any point of time. They're either on your MetaMask, either on a state channel smart contract. So I think it's like groundbreaking solution.
Yeah, I hope I'm not oversimplifying it, but I've been trying to think of an easier way. I feel like it's like a CMS for your website, but as an exchange, right? It's like a framework. And then the node or the developers set it up, and then they plug in the network. I think of it like a WordPress or a Shopify, but for an exchange. I hope I'm not oversimplifying or saying it wrong, but yeah, I mean, but it allows diversity in the ecosystem because people can make their own UI or onboarding procedures. That's how I've seen it too, in my mind. Thank you, Vanya. Okay, we have about 4 or 5 more questions, so we're kind of on time here. And let me see. There are taxes in different countries is one I see, Stas. And I don't know if you want to take it together with is yellow accessible to all countries, or are there restrictions for regions or locations, both for the token sale and the DEX? I don't know if you want to combine that or separate that.
Yeah, those, I would say those are different questions. Let me quickly answer the question is whether yellow is accessible to all countries, or are there some restrictions? And that's the question for token sale and for our exchange. So for both, the answer is we are following the restrictions that are set mostly by US, if I'm not mistaken. So there are the restrictions for the countries that are usually blacklisted for the sale, unfortunately. The second question about how we are operating with taxes in the different countries, and that's a good question. And I would say that here comes the beauty of the yellow network, because the big problem with big exchanges like Binance today, etc., they cannot really operate worldwide because they need to be regulated in every country. They have to pay taxes in every country, which is really a nightmare for when it comes to the scalability of the company. What we are doing with Yellow Network is we are allowing anyone to open their brokerage in their country and get regulated in that country and pay their taxes in that country, and make sure they're providing a good support there. So we are bringing another level of decentralization to this whole brokerage or exchange business.
Thank you, Stas. Yeah, it's great for decentralization, as you say. Thank you for taking both those questions at once. All right. Next is for Camille, if you're here. This one I will read. Security is a major element in any project. How is your security system audited? Of course, that is an important one. If you'd like to give us insights.
Yes, thank you for asking this. This is really a major question in blockchain technologies. Well, we are having some audit with Aken right now for the node side of the audit of nodes, and we are in the process of auditing our smart contract side. And yeah, but this is really something we take seriously. And that's also a reason why I don't like to commit on a specific date of release, because we will wait for audit to be performed and the solution to be really battle-proof before we go live.
Thank you, Camille. Great. This has been exciting. We're getting lots of great feedback. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, and the great questions. We're trying our best to get through all of these. The next one is back to Stas. Where can we learn your API fees and rebates?
Yeah, so I can see that we have our great front-end developers who are listening to us. Alex, Andrew, if any of you guys could share our web SDK that you guys have developed, it's really beautiful, and I invite everyone to read it and even to start your own brokerage. You can learn more about how the APIs work. So guys, please share the link in the chat.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I can share it right away.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay, and I think it's our last question, at least I have on my list. I know there's some in the chat. We're trying to kind of answer some in chat because we're trying to keep this to the 1 hour mark. But
yeah, to be honest, there were a few interesting questions in our group lately. Maybe we can cover them as well before the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, Vanya, please.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one, I believe it was Paul. I have another question to start with. It runs on Ethereum first. Is this correct? Yes. To start with this yellow token, it runs on Ethereum network. So basically, it's ERC20 token. So that's correct. Second point of question. If so, we have to expect very high gas fees. There are only countermeasures here. If the gas fees are too high, the trade via yellow will be not attractive. Yes, absolutely, for sure. You're absolutely right here. No one actually likes high gas fees, right? But the thing is here that we don't actually expect you to pay a lot of Ethereum fees operating with yellow tokens, because basically operating with yellow tokens are done only a few times for example, when you want to withdraw, or where you want to maybe to withdraw it after you got like your allocation or something like it, because internally in the network, you're not going to use ERC20 network for Yellow really much time. Due to the fact that we're using state channels, lots of activities are going off chain. So basically, you don't pay any fees here at this point of time. So the only, let's say, parts here, it's only those endpoints which are related to Yellow, especially like deposits, withdrawals from wallet to wallet. Yes, here, of course, you will pay fees. So once again, for trading, you will be using state channels. So it's basically a very reliable off-chain statement, which allows us to operate with smart contracts and basically not touching your funds or assets. Let it be told so. No, we don't expect any high gas fees. Maybe the only high gas fee, it will be your maybe some kind of partial withdrawal of Yellow tokens, maybe from one ledger to another, or maybe from ledger to an exchange or something like this. If you're speaking about trading inside the Yellow network, you are not going to pay ERC20 fees there. And the next, I think something related question to it was from Armyman, right? Sorry, Armyman or Armyman. It could be both ways. So he asked, since Yellow makes it a lot easier to start an exchange, is the liquidity centralized by Yellow, or will each exchange manage its own liquidity? Of course, we're not centralizing the liquidity of the exchanges, because it will be like it would be like the centralized exchange network. It's not something we're trying to achieve. But what Yellow actually is doing, it's working, let's say, as a sort of adjudicator. So basically, as a third-party role, who is trying to basically just to monitor and control and maintain things, so they end up as they basically used to be. So. Let's say there is a really good analogy with a clearinghouse in the, let's say, in the business environment, and you can put this analogy of the clearinghouse to the Yellow network at this point of time. So answering this question, yeah, of course, it's basically a job of an exchange to maintain its own liquidity, especially if you're doing some kind of peer-to-peer trading. So especially if you're performing trading with other nodes, with other exchanges, you have to take all those risks, because we're working with this entity which called liability. And of course, for performing big amount of, like, let's say at least decent amount of trades, you will have to, let's say, have this sort of leverage for your liquidity of your own node.
All right, so I hope that is clear. I know it is pretty complex, but Vanya's doing a great job giving us these insights. My non-technical thought is there's the on-ramp and the off-ramp, and then there's the trading in the middle, right? So the gas would be right on the on-ramp or off-ramp as the user, and then there's no gas in the middle because it's kind of like a centralized exchange in the node.
Yeah, so basically it's not any kind of fault of the guys. We just highlighted really a lot of times that we need to understand that they're really separate things. So basically there's Yellow token with its own utilities. There is this huge Yellow network projects, and the third party, it's, for example, we can say that the separate thing is Yellow.com, which is basically will be one of the prominent brokers on our network. So speaking about trading via Yellow network, you don't bother basically yourself. You won't pay ERC20 tokens for trading. I mean, you're not going to pay ERC20 fees for trading. It's all
understand. Good. Yeah, I think we're getting it. Everybody's getting it. Thank you, Vanya, for that insights. So I think we've covered all the major questions, and the last but not least is, what are some of the marketing and bounties and the ambassador programs? And I know we're doing this POAP today. Hopefully everybody's gotten a chance to submit for that. Anastasiia, do you want to give us some exciting news about some of these programs?
Sure. First of all, I'd like to mention one important thing here, because we usually receive this from the new members that, like my favorite question, why no marketing? Why we don't have so many followers across our social networks, why we don't have such a big community, why we don't advertise like 3 times a day. So let me address that a little bit. First of all, we do care a lot about the community. We do care a lot about the crypto world. And there are tons of projects that survive just on the hype. And we're not like this. We believe that the product should be the first thing. So we basically preach the product first attitude here, and our product is really the core of everything that we're doing. And as for me, and you can consider this an official statement from Yellow, because all executives share the same opinion on this, we much rather have less members, less followers, but more dedicated. Because in the long term, those activities, when you like, I don't know, like buy followers or get so many random people that are here just for the reward, like some bounty hunters and stuff, I much rather not have them at all, and have dedicated, really committed people here who really believe in what we're doing, because this is the way to go. I've been into marketing for the past 10 years, and I can tell you that only those projects that deeply care about this and don't use some shady techniques survive. So I won't allow anything like this in Yellow. So I would appreciate if you can get on our side with this. And this is one of the things that we believe in. This is why we are real. This is why we are all revealing our faces. You can see each and every member of our team. You know how we look. You know our pretty much our bios. You know who we are and where to find us. And a little bit more on what's to come next for us. Of course, I'll be running an ambassador program very soon. Pretty much, I can already tell you what the minimum requirements I'm looking for. Like if you are already a part of the community and want to contribute more, and you have some useful skills like content writing, design, translation, community management, have some following on Twitter, or you are running some other groups, let's say on Telegram or Discord or whatever, just apply to the program. I'll be sharing this hopefully end of this week or the beginning of the next week, where to apply, how to do it, what's going to be the rewards. You're going to be assigned different roles based on the skills and the value that you'd like to contribute here. And of course, the reward will be in Yellow tokens. So stay tuned. Come with us. Come on board. I'm really happy to see all you here. And yeah, go to Chiang Mai. Look at us. Speak with us. Meet us at conferences. We are very excited to have you all. Thank you for joining today. And Mike, I'll let you wrap up.
Yeah, thank you, Anastasiia. I'm getting excited. We're getting a lot of great feedback in the. There's a little echo on my side. We made it through this AMA 1 hour. Great. It was really great energy. And I think we're planning another one already for next week, same time. To stay tuned. Maybe pencil that date. We'll confirm. We'll double confirm as this week progresses. Your feedback is very much appreciated on today's sessions and any questions you have. So thank you all for being here. Again, I'm Mike. I'll be in the community group. Oh, Anastasiia, yes, you have something to add?
Yeah. Just one thing here about the AMA, because you are having an echo. Maybe guys cannot hear you. yeah, the guys cannot hear you very well. So I'm planning the next AMA to be the executive AMA. So basically, the brains of our operation, the visionaries will be joining, and you can ask them more questions about their vision, how they see the project goes further, what's next for us, what's next in a number of years, I believe. So I think that same day, same time next week might work, but we will confirm this soon. And please join our AMAs. You will receive some exciting NFTs. They would be a collection. They would be rare. So go on board. And we will try to answer all of the questions that we didn't answer today, maybe in writing, or put them on script and pin this as a message or publish it as an article for you to read. Thank you.
Yes, we're trying our best to make a full documentation FAQ lists. So, and this is being recorded. We will also try to chop these up into little tidbits for everyone to consume throughout the future. And I think that's a wrap. We're a little bit over the 1 hour mark. I think perfect timing, and it was really exciting. I think for even the team itself and the community. So thank you all for being here, and yeah, we'll hope to see you next week.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks, Mike.
Thank
thank
you everyone
Vanya,
for
Stas,
joining.
Camille, yes, Anastasiia, thank Kim for supporting.
Thank you very much.
Everyone.
Thank you,
All right,
guys.
Thanks for hosting us, Mike.
It's my pleasure. It's a lot of fun. Some great brains here in marketing. So it's a great team, a great project. Thank you.
Yeah, so
right.
Once again, huge shout out to our guests, and huge shout out to our team who maybe were not able to participate in this voice call, but I can guarantee that. They're working on a daily basis on contributing all the things we're talking about here. The thing is, we're writing it on a basically English language in chat, and they're writing it in Go language, so everything is working. Just a huge shout out to the team. Yeah, thanks.
Great, thank you for that. Yeah, they're working hard. All right, everybody, have a great morning, night, afternoon, and we will see you soon. We'll hit the end button. This is recorded. I think it's gonna go right in the chat, but we'll also edit this up. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, thanks.